What's going on, Mr. Apex? We ain't talked in a minute, man. Where you at? Mr. Apex in the building. Sitting there thinking about y'all the other day, brother. Ain't seen y'all in a minute. I'll be in Atlanta at that Invest Fest. Y'all go slide out there, check it out. We ain't hung out in a while. We're gonna take that conference to a different level, man. Gonna set up. I got a booth out there. Oh, I see you doing your thing. You took over. You running it now? August 23rd, 4th, and 5th, I believe it was. Yeah, last time we hung out, we was in D.C. Matter of fact. Doing some rooftop. No, that was Maryland. Matter of fact, we was doing some rooftop consulting, right? Business ownership. Yeah, yeah. It's in the back of August, at the end of August. So I got a booth, so I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna bring the car stuff out there and talk about that. I was trying to get a bigger booth so I could bring a bunch of classics out there, but that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I've been meaning to reach out to y'all, man. Your brother good too? But yeah, man, I wanted to talk about there is a thing going around the internet, and I've been seeing this for years, and I don't always comment on stuff because I don't have time most of the time. But I'm sitting here waiting on my food. I'm sure I got a minute before they call me, but there's a thing out talking about how many days the money stays in the community. So they say, oh, the money stays in the Jewish community this many days. It stays in the Asian community that many days, but it stay in the black community a few hours before it leaves. So they saying we got to fix that, but they never actually break down what does fix that look like. First of all, in order for the money to stay in our community for a month or so, or even over 10, 20 days, we got to have the businesses to capture the money with. You see what I'm saying? We put our children in school to learn how to go get a job working for the people who produce things. I'm going to say that again. You guys, not we, but you guys put your children in school. Most people put their children in school to go learn how to get a job, not to capture that money. They don't talk about that saying in the colleges. I can almost guarantee you that. Because if they did, they would have to fix it. How can you talk about it but not offer a solution? Just like I'm over here at my favorite restaurant, Simply Wholesome, I made a conscious decision that I'm going to support them no matter where I live. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when I was living in Georgia, when I fly back into California, I go straight. I come straight here, straight off, jump right in the back of the lift, come over here, suitcases and all, and get me something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Then go to my destination. And it was funny. I bumped into one of my homeboys. He lives in Georgia too. He from here, and he ran into the back of me in the same restaurant. Said he did the same exact thing. And I'm both of us are business owners, so we understand the relationships between loyalty and business. You see what I'm saying? So, in order to have, in order for us to keep the money in our communities, we got to be one, we got to be loyal to our businesses that are already here. Two, we got to create businesses. So I think about our college graduates, our college students sitting in school, and I think they're sitting there focused more on getting their degree so that they can go get a job at Tesla or something or at Google. We need more students sitting in school thinking, I would love to make some. I want people to go to. We need more students sitting in schools in these HBCUs sitting there thinking, hmm, there's a lot of black restaurants that's got it going on around the country. So I would love to make their furniture, their patio furniture. Let me turn this camera around, let y'all see. If you focused on saying, hey, I'm gonna be the patio furniture guy, and I'm gonna supply all the black-owned restaurants with patio furniture or with interior furniture, tables and chairs, etc. That's enough for you to become a multimillionaire. If you decide, hey, can you go to college and be sitting there thinking, when I get out of college, I'm gonna start a little display thing for black-owned businesses, like these little flowers on the table. This little thing right here. You can say, I'm gonna make these. I'm gonna make these fake, and they're gonna go on the tables in the black-owned restaurants, and I'm gonna just supply the black-owned restaurants. That's enough money to make you a millionaire. Well, how about this? If you sitting in college and you learning to get your doctorate, and you tell them they're gonna ask you what you gonna do when you get out, who you gonna go work for, and you tell them something, it's a lot of black-owned businesses around the country, around the world, and I'm gonna be the first black-owned furniture maker that makes outdoor tables and chairs for the black-owned businesses. They probably laugh you off the campus. They probably laugh you off the campus. Why? Because this is not real. If you be sitting in college, going to school, and you sitting there thinking to yourself, I'm gonna make planners and I'm gonna sell it to all my people, my fraternity brothers and sisters. I'm gonna sell pillows, for example. I'm gonna sell if you can get all your fraternity brothers and sisters on board, which there's a loyalty in that community. If you can get your fraternity brothers and sisters to buy your own custom pillows, that's enough to make you a multi-millionaire, if not a billionaire, because there's a lot of them fraternity people running around here. But we don't think like that. If I when I grew up in Compton, I had about 15 to 30 homeboys that I personally knew that was multimillionaires and some of them was billionaires, and my goal was to get them to come support my business. Y'all hear what I just said? When I grew up in Compton, I had about 15 to 30 partners that was multimillionaires and billionaires, and I said, if I can just get them to support my business, I'm gonna be straight. I'll be a millionaire. Just as simple as that. Just as simple as that. If I can get them 30 homeboys, it was 15 of them, but it was really 15 diehard multimillionaires and billionaires, and 30 another 15 people that was high profile people. My goal was if I could get them people, them 30, to support my business, I'd be a multimillionaire. Y'all hear what I just said? That was my goal. That was my goal. I was just thinking about them 30 people. Really, it was 15 because I was really thinking about the ones. Because some of my homeboys, you know what I'm saying, these cats, multimillionaires, have. So some of my homeboys, if I could just get them 15, I was thinking they multimillionaires because them cats had like 5 and 10 lowriders apiece and was always building more. So I said, if I can just get that business, I'm going to be straight because I know they spend a lot of money. And that was my primary focus. So I'll never forget when I got my business going, my homeboy said, my homeboy told me, he said, my homeboy started supporting me. When I got my businesses, it was working like clockwork. All my homeboys was falling on board. Oh, little TJ got a business over there. Send them that money. Send them that car. Go buy that car from TJ. Oh, I was content. I was content. I was content, right? So all of a sudden, when somebody else came and said, TJ, if you're doing good off of these your partners, you should advertise. I'm like looking at him like, what I need to advertise for? Do you know who I got on my team? That's my clients. Do you know who buying from me? I don't need no what is advertising anyway? I don't need to be advertising nothing. Small minded. I was big minded, but I was small minded at the time. I'm thinking about a few people, not thinking about the masses of people. You see what I'm saying? I was going for the 15 to 30 people that was going to make me millionaires. I wasn't thinking about letting a million people know about me so that they can make me a billionaire. Ooh, that was a deep. Let me tell you that again. I was so focused on my 15 to 30 homeboys that was going to make me a multimillionaire because they was always building 20 low riders and cars all the time, building cars and stuff. So I was focused on them. And when I started locking them down, I started getting every last one of them. And I had the money coming in. I was touching some nice paper. My homeboy came in. It was Paul, my Persian homeboy, by the way. Paul came in and said, TJ, he said, you should really advertise. First of all, I was like, what the fuck is that? Excuse my language. I said, what is advertise? What do I need that for? He said, man, if you got these cats coming in here, they spend a lot of money with you. You got stuff that they need. You should be advertising to the masses. I'm looking at it like, what the fuck is advertise? What do I want to do that for? Do you know who I got? I got them cats is going to take care of me. I was small minded. So by the time I sit down, he started pressuring me because it's another high profile cat. Paul's another cat. Paul's another player. He's a real player in this game. He convinced me to go on and run that ad. I was really just doing it to pacify him so he could leave me the hell alone, quit asking me about it. He was trying to push me into this thing called advertising, of which I didn't care about. 'Cause I felt I had my homeboys. Now my point is, I went on and advertised. I had over a million. I advertised in Lowrider magazine. Had 1.4 million people every day, every month that would buy a Lowrider magazine in 4 different countries. 1.4 million people would buy a Lowrider magazine in the early 90s, in 92, 93, something like that. And I was blown away to the response. So he was right. By the time my advertisement went in those magazines, honestly, I stopped thinking about my 15 to 30 homeboys because I was killing the game with. I had so many people, I had to pay people to answer the phones. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, if we gonna keep this money in the community, we got to give them some places to land the money. So instead of everybody trying to be an AI, create this in AI, everybody want to be a doctor, everybody want to be this, everybody want to be that. There you go, HBC. You right about that. Now it's just about everybody want to do things that everybody else is doing. Everybody I talk to that's in these is in these schools. Everybody I talk to watching these TV. Everybody want to be an influencer. Everybody want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a football player. Everybody want to be a basketball player. I tell y'all the story. When I started in this game, I turned around and I came up with, I want to be the first one to sell brand new nuts and bolts to put suspensions together in these old cars. Oh my gosh, what happened with that when I did that? I killed the game. I said, now keep in mind, you got a guy coming from a kingpin mentality. I was raised by kingpins, and I ain't trying to say that the wrong way. I'm gonna say that I learned from them. They were business owners, just a little misguided. You know what I'm saying? They were all business owners, but they were selling something that wasn't legal. But one thing I did learn from them cats had multiple outlets to sell their product. Them cats expanded all the time. It was all about expanding. It was all about. It never had enough stores. They never had enough houses selling their products. They never had enough customers. They were always marketing. They were always opening up new houses to sell their product. They was always looking for someone out of state that to buy larger volumes to reduce their exposure. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting down listening to this, and I'm in my mind, I'm removing the whole idea of this being something illegal, and in my mind, I'm replacing it with something legal. So that's how I was running my game, and I said to myself, anyway. So I was running that game of learning from these guys, and that's why people looking at me like, how'd you know to open up a second and third store? How did you know? Why was you out here soliciting your homeboys to sell your car parts and stuff? How was you financing cash to open up all these businesses and stuff like that? Because I had the blueprint. I already had the blueprint. I just switched out the products. You see what I'm saying? But my whole point is the whole reason why I came on here and went live. They were talking about it's all over social media. Talking about, oh, the dollar stays in the Asian community for 31 days. It stays in the Jewish community for 19 days. It stays in the black community for 3 hours. I said to myself, in order to keep the money in your community, you got to turn around and have businesses to take the money. I met a brother in Atlanta. He had a light bulb company. I said, that's what I'm talking about. That's different. I met another brother who had, anyway, my whole point is my brother here got a security company on here. We need people to do stuff that's not normal. We need tables and chairs in our community. We need custom furniture. We need beds. We need lamps. We need windows. Can I get a black-owned glass company? Can I get a black-owned window framing company? Can I get a black-owned roof material manufacturing company? Can I get a black-owned tile for the floor company? You see what I'm saying? Because when I think about the money that I have to spend that leaves out the community, because I'm heavily focused on making sure my money stays in the community. I'm trying to support my people. Man, say that again. I can keep my money in the community if no one in my community provides what I need. That's the thing, man. We business owners. Mr. Apex, you want to come on here and live and tell us what kind of things do you need? Where do you spend your money at? I done been on here for a long time talking about as a car builder. I done been paint shops. I need interior shops. I need transmission shops. I need muffler shops. I need the I need all type of stuff. So they know what I need. Tell them what you need, Mr. Apex. This man got a security company. So in my mind, off the top of my mind, I think, do we have any black-owned gun manufacturers? Do we have any black-owned bullet manufacturers? Do we have any black-owned gunpowder manufacturers? Any black-owned gunpowder mines? You know what I'm saying? Where you at, my brother? What country you in now? You know what I'm saying? Let's HBCU. What kind of facilities do you need? Do you need black-owned facilities to do car shows? You know what I'm saying? Do you need you got all them cones be out there blocking off the cars and all kind of stuff? Do we got any black-owned? Do we got anybody that make cones? Do we got any companies that make cones? Look at this business. Look at it. Let me let y'all look around up here. Man, y'all look at all that good food. Do we got any black-owned places that make the pie, these little plastic cases? Do we got any? I know we got black-owned pie companies, black-owned cake companies. Do we got anybody that make these refrigerators? Is there a black company that make that? Look at all this. Do we got any black HVAC companies? Do we got any people that make these chains? I would love to say, man, I'm a black billionaire that makes chains to hold stuff up inside of restaurants, and I supply 3,000 restaurants around the world. What else? What else I see up in there? Oh, I make cakes. Oh, I make custom chairs for furniture. Man, all you gotta tell me, all you gotta do is tell me, all you gotta do is tell me, hey, TJ, here's my card. Brother just gave me his card a minute ago. It's, oh shit, that's TJ. Here's my card. All you gotta do is give me your card. It's a guarantee. Guarantee. If you sell something that don't nobody else sell, that I can buy. If you're the only black person that makes this, and you sell something that I can use, oh, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna let my people know. Hey, I just met a guy, and he makes fans to cool off restaurants. Boom. Here goes. Call him up, man. Let him know I sent you. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. You know what I'm saying? And people every day, all they do is say, all they do is give me a card every day. Every day, somebody give me a card, and they already know. They be surprised. I be calling them. If it's an emergency, I will pick up the phone right then and there and say, "Hey, you need to talk to my homeboy right here." Excuse me, TJ. Yep, I had a smoothie too. Huh? Okay, man. Every day, every day. Anything I come up with that can work in this restaurant, y'all have no idea of how many people I have referred my homeboy that owns this restaurant. Ashley, your drink is ready, Ashley. Y'all have no idea of how many people. City, your drink is ready, City. Y'all have no idea of how many people I referred to my homeboy that own this restaurant, and they put their products on the shelf instantly. Y'all have no idea of how many homeboys I referred to my homeboy that owns Georgie, your order's ready. That own bookstores all around the country. So again, I started this conversation off by talking about when I started my business, I was trying to focus on my 15 to 30 homeboys that I had that I knew they was multi-millionaires and billionaires, and they spent a lot of money monthly, daily, building lowriders and custom cars. So I figure if I can lock them down, I can make $1 million or $2 million a year just off of them 30 people. So what was my point of saying that? I ain't saying that to brag or boast to y'all or make you think I'm just making something up. Keith, your drink is ready, Keith. I said that to say because your drink is ready. Every time I go to the colleges and I sit down and somebody say, "Oh, I'm a AKA, I'm a Delta, I'm a Alpha," or blah blah blah, I think about the loyalty. I think about how I know if another Delta pulls up or another AKA or another Alpha pulls up, and I submit some type of proposal to do something. If a AKA a Delta put in an application or Alpha, I'm not gonna get it. I already know that for a fact. Most times I'm not going to get it, even though my product is far more superior, even though my stuff is a lot more better, even though I'm more seasoned. But because of the loyalty, I'm not going to get it, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Because here's my thing about that though. That's the perfect time to start a business. That is the perfect time to start a business. Does that make sense to y'all? If you got your, just like I said, my homeboys, I had them 15 to 30 homeboys that was balling out of control, that I knew that if I get them, they're going to support me in my endeavor of entrepreneurship. I would like to think that the alphas is going to support you if you open up a business, y'all. I would like to think that the deltas and the AKAs, the deltas and the AKAs and the alphas, they gonna support their people if they open up a business and do anything. I would like to think, but here's the problem with that: if you putting out a community of employees, I'm gonna say this again: if you putting out a community of nothing but employees, you ain't got nothing to support. What they gonna support? Your turn up? They're gonna support. I mean, every time I turn around, they on social media talking about this, the things they doing and all this stuff. And I just sitting there like that's some bullshit. Excuse my language, but you gotta call it what it is. It's some bullshit. I'm telling y'all that shit is bullshit. The stuff they be doing, and they out here bragging about how amazing they are and all the great things they doing in the community, but ain't opening no fucking businesses. If the deltas and the AKAs and the alphas opened up some businesses and had they people to support them, they will be creating jobs like a motherfucker, y'all. I can sit there and tell you straight up facts. I didn't personally created over 100+ businesses and indirectly created thousands. All we need to do is go right over there and ask Mr. the owner of Simply Wholesome, hey man, how many people we put in here on the shelves? How many black people you got on the shelf? He gonna tell you he got way more than me. When I sit down and talk to him, he'd be like, teacher, I got over 400 people black owned products. I got you beat by a long shot. You know what I'm saying? We can sit down and brag about this all day about how many businesses we created, how many jobs we created, how many employees we got. You see what I'm saying? We're contributing into the community. We're keeping that money in the community. You know what I'm saying? When I look, let's just look at Mr. Person. Look at the restaurant where I'm sitting at, Simply Wholesome right now. When I look around right now, man, it's got to be at least 15, 20 employees running around here. Big job contributor in the community. You see what I'm saying? I see it's over 2,000 products on these shelves, from these bags of potato chips, the pies in the glass case over there, and the boxes of cereal over there, all kind of stuff. It's a lot of black-owned products on the shelves, y'all. So when this man says that he creates a lot of business owners, he tells me all the time. They said, man, they start that when I ask him about a certain brand, he'd be like, oh yeah, they started here, now they in Whole Foods and everywhere else. The black man gave him a chance first, and they selling out at the black restaurant. Now Whole Foods say, "Oh, can you come over here too?" When you get yourself in this restaurant, people gonna call you. Them people that you trying to get into and doing all them backflips, they gonna call you when they see that black people was allowing black people to make money. Oh, they don't want to get left out because they can go out of business like that. Somebody distracted me. People be yeah, but it just so in order to keep the black dollar inside of the black community, we need more businesses. We need somebody that make paper bags. Do we got any black owned paper bag companies? Do we got any black owned paper bag companies? How about this? Do we got any black owned boxing companies? Because I manufacture products myself. I own Loftin and Palaforce. Y'all see that? I own Loftin and Palaforce. And straight out, I need some black owned boxes. I need a black owned box company, y'all. Do we got any black owned box companies where I can get some custom boxes made for my products so I can ship them around the world in them? Does that make sense to y'all? Do we got any black? I buy a lot of boxes a year, y'all. I buy a lot of boxes every year. Do we got any black owned boxing companies? You see what I'm saying? I seen Dr. Umar on social media the other day talk about he needed a black floor guy, black this, black that. He said it don't matter where you live. Sound like he about to put you on a plane to come out there and do the work for him. Sounds like he's about to put you on the plane to bring you out there to come do the work for him to do the epoxy on his floor. Sound like it don't matter what it costs. He just wants somebody black to do it. That sound like something I do. Sound like somebody that's on code. Say what you say, but keeping the money in the community requires a group effort. Keeping the money in the community requires a group effort, teamwork to make this dream work. See what I'm saying? I be doing stuff for restaurants that ain't got nothing to do with me. My homeboy was having situations, another restaurant owner. My boy was at my conference speaking the other day. He was like, TJ, man, his restaurant is closed down to part time. He's open part time
Lauren to the restaurant, Lauren.
because he's having a hard time finding employees. He said he's having a hard time to find employees. Now, the funny thing about that was when he's telling me, I don't own a restaurant, but he decided to tell me what was going on, and I immediately said, man, my homegirl, she has a nonprofit that she's got some people that's tapped into employees, and she got prepaid employees. She can drop them over here, and they can come over here and work for free. I mean, for you, I know at no cost to you, but the state is gonna pay them, or whoever this other people is gonna pay them. I don't even ask. I just know that they take care of it. Dude was on that so quick, fast, and in a hurry, and the next thing you know, boom, he's good. He got what he needed. You know what I'm saying? He's got a system now. He's got a phone number where he can feed on and get employees from. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that came from the lowrider guy, the business guy. You know what I'm saying? His partner. So we have to communicate. We have to communicate. I was able to solve a problem for a restaurant, and just like my boy right here, he helped me out with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see how many people in this restaurant? Over 900 people a day come in here. Prior to COVID, over 900 people per day came and simply hosted. Y'all see this line? They got the store over there. They got the restaurant right here. Patio out there. This is a slow day because a lot of people traveling today. This is actually a slow day. But this is one of my homeboys' restaurants. I got a lot of homeboys all over America with restaurants that I support that support me. So people be like, TJ, every time I come up here, I know you're going to be up there one of them times. Because I'm going to support my people because they support me. I'm going to definitely support my people. I'm about to eat my food. But anyway, y'all, in order to create businesses, in order to keep in order to keep the dollar in the black community, y'all, the melanated community, we got to have businesses to create it. And y'all better quit bragging about these HBCU college graduates and college students if y'all ain't contributing to the community. Because right now, the way I see it, you ain't. And I challenge you to prove me wrong. I challenge you. I'm sending out a national challenge that I challenge y'all to prove me wrong. But I would love for y'all to reach out and say, let's start some businesses. Help us do it. The Kaufman Foundation says, I'm going to say this again. The Kaufman Foundation says that colleges produce less than 4% of businesses in America. Y'all heard what I said? I think it was, if I look it up more specifically, it was probably black colleges or HBCU. But we spend a lot of time talking about, we create all these black doctors, we create all these black lawyers. The HBCUs is the biggest of creating all these black doctors and lawyers and engineers, but we don't create no black business owners. That ain't on the chart. They don't do that. Why is that? Where is your black doctors and engineers and attorneys going to work at if we ain't creating no jobs? The only place that let me direct my conversation in a different direction. I'm gonna stop that because I know I'll be hurting feelings when I get to talking about people. But if you ain't contributing, why are you here? If you're not contributing to this community, why are you here? We need all hands on deck. We need everybody to quit sticking your chest out and acting like you're doing something for the community and you leading the community when you're not. Next in line. When you're not. You ain't even coming back supporting the community. So we need you to support by creating more jobs, creating more businesses. You know what I'm saying? Quit trying to do the stuff everybody else doing. Do something innovative and creative and help the community out. We didn't push lowrider until lowrider became a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, and y'all don't want to talk about it. People don't want to bring that up. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that those cars are worth all like money. And the brothers like TJ and Gary May and Terry Carter, they put it on the map. We paved the way for y'all to come and be a part of this, and y'all not directing people here. I trailblazed this thing. I trailblazed this thing, put my life on the line. I'd have been to jail behind this thing. My belief of all this low riding stuff. And now we didn't cut a path and it's burning fire. The trail is burning through the sky. They can see the shit from space. And every race in the world is trying to jump into low riding, except for the African American community, except for the African American colleges, except for all our NAACPs, 100 black men, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Why? You can see the shit that the trail that we blaze from fucking space. You know what I'm saying? Low riding is burning up the world, and every race in the world is trying to take over it and be a part of it, except for the higher educated community, except for the American in all those organizations. The churches won't even acknowledge the classic car industry is huge. They make sure they say if it don't say college, they ain't speaking on it.
Barb, the drink is ready, Barb.
All right, family, I'm out of here. Let me handle my business, eat my food. Peace and love. Think about that. Keep the money in your community, y'all. Keep the money in your community by starting some businesses. Do something different. And all you got to do is let me know, and we're going to support. Peace, family.